Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome. I really appreciate you guys being here. Right now, we got Hope Wood here. Amazing Hope Wood. We're going to give you some hope. Real quick, we're going to interview Hope. And Hope, welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, so I got a couple of questions here. I want to know, how's 2020 impacted you? Like, how's it really impacted you?
Well, I live kind of a pampered life, sheltered, however you want to frame it. I've worked from home for about 5 years, and so nothing really changed a lot for me.
Hmm.
And taking time, like in the summertime, I built a website, and some people say they had more time with family. That's true for me too. But or I color in coloring books with my gel pens, believe it or not.
Do you really?
I do. It's like
That's awesome.
the child in me needs to come out sometimes and play. That's one of many things I do. But yeah. 2020
Good.
was weird, but I'm grateful. I have a lot to be grateful for.
Well, not a huge impact, and the impact upon people around the world from COVID and 2020 in general has been very diverse. So I want to talk a little bit about how we met. We met through something called the Power Voice, right? Les Brown's Power Voice system, and it's an amazing program for up and coming motivational speakers or seasoned motivational speakers. So what prompted you to take the Power Voice course?
Well, I saw Les's little blurb on Facebook one day. It was a video, and I've listened to him for years. He's a legend. He's great.
Mm,
All of his material he's funny. It inspires me. So naturally, when I saw his face pop up on the video on Facebook, well, I listened, I paid attention, and what have you. Part of what prompted me to go ahead and enroll in the class was finishing up my book.
okay.
And the funny thing, prior, I'd never done public speaking before. And within 24 hours after signing up, I was contacted by someone, and they wanted me to do a speech, be a keynote speaker for these businesswomen. It was an international situation. And I'm going, oh, and they didn't know I was signed up for the course. So that was, God's way of confirming my decision, I suppose. It's
That's
weird.
so cool. Wow. So you saw Les Brown, you said he's amazing and I can learn from him. And you said, I'm signing up. Boom. And then right after, you get an offer to be the keynote speaker at an event. That's serendipitous, huh? That's
I
pretty
was
cool.
shocked. I was shocked. And of
I
course I said
love it.
yes.
Good, good. How did that go?
It was great. I mean,
Did you have fun?
women were laughing, some in tears. And then the last 30 minutes, it was a 2-hour segment. The last 30 minutes I dedicated for question and answers. They asked, not a one was an easy question. Not a one.
You spoke for 2 hours and you're not even a public speaker? So
I
you
am
found
now.
your calling. Yeah, I mean that's amazing. A lot of people can't do that. That's a huge fear. That's a huge fear. Just to public speak is a huge fear. So for you to be able to put it together and do it for 2 hours is amazing. Really.
Thank you. Thank you. We had fun. I had fun too.
Good. 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 All right. So real quick, what's your favorite thing about the Power Voice group?
I want to say the collaboration. I've met some amazing
Mm.
people, including yourself. And I had friends, I had friends all over the globe already, but now just a lot more friends in new places. And the skills, that's amazing to me, the variety, the level of expertise that people bring to the table. So collaborating together, the new relationships, oh my
Mm.
gosh, that's my favorite. And in fact, I didn't know about another class I'm enrolled in. I'm in the process of becoming a neuro coach. It was one of our classmates that told me about this. He said, oh, you have to sign up for this. And I would have never known about that, I don't think, had I not
So
been in this group.
what's it Sorry. So what's a neuro coach, and why did you decide to become a neuro coach?
Well, this is a very personal, funny kind of geeky thing to say, but some people have a foot fetish, right? And I'm that way about the brain.
So
I'm
I've heard.
I'm crazy about anything. I wanted to be a neurosurgeon, but
Okay.
a neuro coach really, whether you need to change a behavior from biting your nails to, internal negative self-talk, name it, whatever. Everything starts with the mind. Everything starts with your mindset and how you think and the patterns. You're emotional. That's a driving force behind everything we do, right? And so specifically a neuro coach gets right down to the nitty-gritty as to, let's look at the cause. Why is this
Mm,
happening? Why is this a pattern for you? And
yeah.
of course, I remember in graduate school, I have a master's degree in speech language pathology, and I'm an AAC specialist, which I program those devices like the one Stephen Hawking used that did all his talking for him. So I know in graduate school, one of the things we had to do, it was like not a final exam, but it was toward the end of the semester. And I had to explain to the class, of course, those classmates, we drill each other with really hard neurological questions, but I had to explain to everyone what happens in the brain cognitively when you just produce a sentence. And so
Mm.
that, that was, I love everything about the brain, how it
Wow.
works, why it works. Like a mechanic, they get under the hood. What do they call them? Grease monkeys, or I don't know what they're called, but
Yeah,
yeah,
grease
sort
monkey.
of like,
Yeah.
yeah, sort of like getting under the hood. What's going on in here, right? To help
Yeah.
people.
I agree. To help people, that's the key. That's the key. And that's I think that's the driving force behind all of that. I mean, that's a lot of stuff a lot of great stuff that a lot of people just have not been able to do for one reason or another. I mean, constantly increasing your knowledge in order to help people really matters. It really matters.
Hmm.
So good on you. I applaud you for doing that and being so passionate about it. It's an important thing. Um,
Thanks.
you're welcome. You're welcome. So look, um, how will your skills, everything that you got from the Power Voice system, be able to help other people? What do you think that you're going to be able to set aside the neurology, set aside all the stuff that you've already learned and how amazing you are? How just the skills that you're learning or the things, not just skills, but things involving or surrounding the Power Voice system, how are they going to be able to help, not you, but help you help other people?
I I would say that being more mindful of what comes out of my mouth, that's one part, because words are very powerful. Now, this is I know we've all made jokes about it, but when Les says, for every time you say, you're going to cash app him $10. Now, we all laugh and it is funny, but that one little element alone caused me to really, and when I'm in groups with other people, like business groups, that, oh, it drives me nuts now how many times they say that. And I just have to focus and get my mind, right, and not be critical. But I'm not going to say I never say, but it has caused me to be watchful and really
Mm,
mindful, careful about what comes out of my mouth. That's minor. But a big piece, a huge piece, I would say, is learning about that neuro coaching and the course therein. And also, I would say the platform, like writing my book, and it was almost finished. And now just putting the pieces together, how to connect the dots in order to help people and fulfill my calling by helping people. So it's
mm.
just add some layers, some different elements and components to what I bring to the table. And the whole thing, it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful. I can't say enough good about it.
That's it. Wonderful. I call it a toolbox. When I coach people, I call it, hey, you're just filling your toolbox full of stuff. And when you need to take out the Power Voice app out of the toolbox, guess what? You have it there. When you need to take out the neuroscience app when you need it, guess what? You have it there. So it's all about filling that box up as much as you can with the best stuff that you can possibly fill it with.
Yes.
Yeah, great stuff.
My website is Hope Would Help. Now that sounds like a sentence, but
Hope would help.
Hope Would Help, not
Okay.
WOULD, but WOOD. Hope Would Help.
Oh, Hope would help. Okay.
Yes.
HopeWould.help.com.
I believe strongly that the mind, the body, the spirit, everything affects what we do. And so there's one component for the physical body, better sleep at night, energy, even, keto, if you're into that. It's not specific diet related, but nobody's physical body is the same. So it's not one size fits all, right? For example, one of my daughters, she's total strict vegan, whereas I'm 100% carnivore. So we're all different. Another component in the website, aside from the physical, is monetary. And sort of like a penny bank, if you just put a little bit in each month and watch it grow. That old phrase, money doesn't grow on trees, but literally it kind of does now, because into cryptocurrency. So if a person is wanting to just be like preschool, kindergarten, and just put a little bit in each week or each month and not learn, or if they want to be the other end of the spectrum and geek out and learn all about the cryptocurrency and how and do the training and all that, trading, then they can learn all that there too. And then of course, my part of coaching, I do the public speaking, groups of all sizes, and then one-on-one coaching. And we get right down to the nitty-gritty as to why do I do what I'm doing? How can I become a better person as opposed to a bitter person from all the hurt and the pain? So if a person has been through, horrendous child abuse like myself, or sex trafficking, abusive relationships, or what have you, a businessman or woman who wants desperately to succeed, but in their mind, there's this negative dialogue that goes on all day and they carry it around with them, so I help them bathe themselves mentally in love rather than in shame. So again, whether it's one-on-one coaching or speaking to groups of all sizes, that's what the, HopeWoodHelp.com website is all about. In a nutshell.
In a big nutshell. So good. You're providing a lot of hope for a lot of people, and I know that it would help. That's a pun on words.
It is.
So yeah, so awesome, Hope. I'm really, really glad that you're doing stuff. You're using your background, your passion, your education, all to really provide hope for other people. That really matters.
The reason on my website I have the component of the physical and the financial, one reason only. I believe very strongly that when things like that are taken care of, when your mind is not bogged down with the worries of money or a physical, what have you, then you just function better. I'll tell you, and sometimes it's a tiny thing. I'll tell you this short story. I have hypothyroid issues and I've been on medication for years, but a few years back, I was experiencing vertigo so badly that ambulance would come and haul me off to the ER every few days. I mean, we're talking really severe vertigo. If I didn't work from home, I would have lost my job, right? And come to find out, they did MRIs, CAT scans, all kinds of crazy, but a naturopathic doctor finally figured it out. My body had stopped absorbing the thyroid medicine. It was a synthetic thyroid medicine. So he put me on, just started out with a tiny little tablet of the natural thyroid medicine, about the size of 2 or 3 sesame seeds, melted together. That's how tiny it was. The very next day, the vertigo was completely gone, gone. And we're talking in the hospital, the doctors had said it was the most severe case of vertigo they had ever seen. My organs were even starting to shut down. And so I'm telling you, that's what prompted me to put in my website, and I'm not like, specializing in the health and wellness department. No, my lane, my passion, everything is right up here. But I'm just saying the physical, and when money's not a worry, you got extra, it's growing over here in the little, account, and you have
Mm.
options, in other words, then you can work on this. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. I have something called the graph of life, and I have 5 different major areas in anyone's life. And once though one of those areas are in the red, it starts to get a little red and a little more red. It starts to bleed into the other area. For example, if your finances are bad, your health is going to not be great. Right?
Mhm.
That's just the truth. Your health is not the first thing you're thinking about when you can't even feed your family. So,
Mhm.
anyways, yeah, it's important to have all of those areas in balance and not over red too much. There's some red no matter what. There's some red. If you're a workaholic and you're trying to build a company or something like that, guess what? Your time area and your work area are pretty red. They're taking up a lot of time,
Mm.
but that's okay because you know that it's out of balance for a while. It's out of
Yeah,
balance
just
for
a
the
season.
yeah. Anyways, Hope, it was an absolute pleasure interviewing you. Absolute pleasure talking with you. Look, we talked about your mission. We talked about where we can find you if people really resonate with what you're doing and what you're saying. So thanks for sharing that, as well as why you enrolled in the Power Voice group in the first place. I think that it's been a good experience for both of us.
Yes. Yes.
Any
And you're
parting
welcome.
words?
I would say, I hope it blesses lots of people. That's the goal here. And on the
Yeah,
screen, you can see how to contact me. So,
yeah,
and have a good
absolutely.
day, Dave. Thank you again for taking time. This has been fun.
My pleasure. Ditto, ditto. We'll see you later. Ciao. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Love you too.